I know you may not believe in. But God did it. And let me start the show by saying a very, it's a world like that. A very good morning, beautiful Lagos people, Lagos City and beyond. Welcome to the Sporty Show right here on the best dial. It is Voice of the People, not a punch of fam, Lagos City. It's a very new day, and I can say this all the time. It can only be God. It is the 19th of August, the best month ever, 2024. And I'm happy to be back on your radio to reach you now with you to talk about sports entirely, and that's how it is. I'm feeling very like I'm so happy, super excited because I'm among the living stuff today. But meanwhile, I could ask a question: how you doing? Hope you're very well. Hope you had a very great night. You know the way the show goes, it is a sport beat, so we go with top stories to give you an update about what happened during the weekend, and then we'll give you some update about the Nigerian Super Eagles news. What do we expect? What are you expecting? It's okay, it's good to know, it's good to share, it's good to talk about. But I just hope the talk could not be after all is said and done. More is said than done. And your Chelsea fan, did you see the game played yesterday? What the news about Enzima Wesker? What can you say? Is this team ready to go? They like to play from the back, but that's a problem for the preseason time. And then they played just the way they can play. But it was a better start. Getting the result. It was about that man, Pep Guardiola. But also quickly on the show this morning, let's let you know some transfer targets. Napoli chief provides update on Victor Osimhen's future, and we'll talk about the NFF news. The Super Eagles, just stay with me. Let's talk this now. Napoli sporting director Giovanni Mana has provided an update on the future of star of Nigerian player. Talk about Victor Osimhen, stating that the Nigerian striker has expressed a desire to leave the club. Despite Osimhen's importance to the team, Napoli is willing to let him go, with Mana emphasizing that the club integrity and interest will be prioritized. Now, there has been significant interest in Osimhen from top European club sides, the likes of Paris Saint-Germain, Chelsea leading the chase. However, no agreement has been reached yet, and Napoli is taking its time to consider the best option for the Nigerian player. In the event of Osimhen's departure, Napoli is just trying to explore a very, very good potential replacement with Romelu Lukaku emerging as a top target for the Belgian. Good move if you be. That would be nice to see him move that way. And also the Belgian striker has experience, and the Serie A very well. So let me quickly talk about Osimhen before I move to the next phase. About Victor Osimhen, you might be asking what the question. So the club is really waiting for August 30 to know if there will be a move. If there will be a move, if no clubs, nobody comes in for Victor Osimhen because the release clause looks very big, then it means that the club would have to have discussion with Roberto Calenda, the agent, and Victor Osimhen representative, to talk about if Osimhen would have to stay back with the club just so they don't lose their big player. And also, there's not transfer battle in the world of sport, but take it back to the Serie A. Let's let you know that Paris Saint-Germain are lining up a bid for Ademola Lookman, and despite interest of Victor Osimhen, so they wanted to crash. I don't want to do the word crash. Let me use the word clash. Clash is better than crashing, so it's not crashing. Now, clashing two Nigerian players because Ademola Lookman is now on the radar of Paris Saint-Germain, who are also making efforts to sign Victor Osimhen. Now, the league on side talk about the outfit have been in the market for search of a player to replace Kylian Mbappe since he left for the club, and now the main man has been Victor Osimhen. Not much time to go into this, but then it's a story you need to know. Let's talk about the Super Eagles. Are you here with me? Let's talk now. Okay, so the Super Eagles story is a very big one I must share on the show, but I'll give you some transfer update before I leave the mic. Quickly, let's tell you what's going on about the Super Eagles as it stands now. Every time I come on the radio to tell you about this update, and then I would not stop giving you about the NFF story. They say I'm not afraid to NFF. They say they find me for Abuja, so they talk. They talk too much. That they carry the matter for it like sin antenna. But it's on me to give out to you. It's on me to let you know what's really going on now. Former Sweden manager Arne Slot is reportedly leading candidate for the vacancy role of the Super Eagles coaching side. Now, although the Nigerian Football Federation (NFF) has not yet made an official announcement, sources also suggest that the 61-year-old is poised to take over the reins of Nigerian national team. Andersson, who concluded his tenure, please, so you need to know this man. He concluded his tenure with Sweden in November 23 after a 7-year stint. Previously turned down an offer from Latvia. His potential appointment would make him the second Swedish coach to manage the Super Eagles, following the footsteps of Lars Lagerberg, who guided Nigeria during the 2010 FIFA World Cup in South Africa. Another Swede. Talk about Thomas Denaby, also made his mark in Nigerian football by leading the Super Falcons at the 2019 FIFA World Women's World Cup. Andersson managerial credentials are solid, having led IFK not campaign to the first Allsvenskan title with 2016, which subsequently earned him the Swedish national call-up. So let me tell you something about this one. Despite Sweden's recent struggles, including missing out on 22 World Cup and failing to qualify for the Euro 2024, Andersson's experience and pedigree make him a strong contender to lead the Super Eagles. Talk about the Nigerian national team, and this scheduled to play against the Benin side. Talk about the Republic of Rwanda in the upcoming 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifier. But let me tell you this, let me share this with you. This man I'm talking about knows nothing about the African football. Do you understand? He literally knows nothing about Nigeria football. He knows nothing about African football. So, drew 15, lost 31 games. His team scored 151 goals and conceded 97 to give a healthy plus 54 goal difference. He built a solid and organized Sweden team, who, however, were not excited, limited going forward, and did not take risk. So you can see the kind of coach we are bringing. It will therefore be most interesting to see how he will work with the tantalizing attack. We could call Nigerian style. We have the tantalizing attacking riches that the Super Eagles have in their team. The highlight of 7 years in charge of the Swedish football was when he guided them to reach. He got to the last 8. That's the last 8 of the 2018 World Cup in Russia. Now, no much talk about this. You can see that he's not a flair coach, and we are going for a man who does not really have a flair. Yeah, he is a good coach, no doubt, but we have a team that should be dominating every other side. Now we have a game very close, and that's how close. The Benin game is close. The Rwanda game is close. Can we turn the table around? Can we make it to Marrakesh, Morocco? Can we be at the AFCON? Can Andersson Janne be the man to take us through to where we need to belong? I don't know. But another top story is emanating says AFCON 25 qualifier. Rwanda coach Spittler unveiled provisional squad for Super Eagles clash. It's a big one. Now, FIFA ranking, Nigeria retains global position, remains first in Africa. Talk about the Nigerian senior women's football team. The Super Falcons have held on their 36th position in the latest FIFA ranking globally. According to the list released on Friday, August 16, 2024, the Super Falcons also remain the top ranked women's team in Africa, underscoring their dominance on the continent. Good news. Now let's let you know the top 10 quickly the way it goes now. United States of America, England, Spain, Germany, Sweden, Canada, Japan, Brazil, Korea, DPR, and then the French national team. Another news emanating out here is the fact that humble and hardworking ex-Super Falcons Swedish coach the Navy backs Janne Andersson for the new job. It's about real recognizing real. Another one is about the NPFL. I'm a fan of this story. Can I tell you right now that the NPFL clubs have gotten an ultimatum to set up website? I told you that Nigerian football, we don't see football as a business. I keep saying all the time, you talk about Rangers, a big side, I think they're trying up to date, but for anybody, it was poor the last I checked. So social media, NPFL reigns is coming back because Nigerian Premier Football League NPFL has mandated clubs to set up websites and support their social media platforms to drive engagement and secure revenue streams from such platforms. This was part of the decision reached as one day summit for club media directors, which was held in Makurdi, Benue State on Friday at an interactive section with the club media directors. The NPFL Chief Operating Officer Prince Davison Omi informed the participants that the letter will be written to clubs that are yet to set up websites to do just that within 1 month. I'm liking the ultimatum. It's nice to share. It's good to talk about that our own leagues now. You can go search it out on Google and you'll be like, yes, I know this man. He played in the NNL South Lobby Star. You can check it out. It's not about, it's crazy. Let me say this, I must say, but I was in one of the saloons somewhere in the island, and one of the NPFL players came in to have a haircut. And I was the only one who recognized him. I knew him because I don't want to call his name, cut to the man, I wouldn't want to go that route. But I knew him because I know he plaza straight while he was playing for Sporting Lagos then. And nobody knows this guy. You can't imagine a player from the European scene going to a salon to have a haircut. I mean, the fans will be turning out. I'm like, oh, I want to see this guy. Who's this man? but in the NPFL it's a different ball game, and that's how symbolic it is. But great news that right now that's an innovative approach, because the NPFL clubs have gotten an automaton to set up website, and this one is a good one for the NPFL. Quickly, let's let you know that Remo Stars recorded a slim home win against Asfar. Remo Stars secured a narrow victory over Asfar in the CAF Champions League, winning by a small margin in a closely contested match. The Nigerian team home advantage played out a crucial role in their win. I love the goal from Sadiq, and that's amazing to see. Wrapping up the show, let's let you know Novak Djokovic calls for video replays after Jack Draper controversy in the world of tennis. Novak Djokovic has called for the introduction of video reviews in tennis after a bizarre conclusion to Jack Draper at the Cincinnati Open prompted a wider debate about the use of report in the sport. Draper, the British #1, defeated Felix Auger-Aliassime, and that's up at Japan 5-7, 6-4, 6-4 to reach Felix Auger-Aliassime of Canada, beg your pardon, 5-7, 6-4, 6-4 to reach the quarterfinal. But the match ended in a heated argument with an injury for Auger-Aliassime, claiming to top officials, talking about officials as well, that Draper's winning volleyball have only gone into the round. And that's a big talk. The umpire is on the verge of that story. So I don't know if time will permit me to run to talk about the Chelsea game, but I'm looking at the time. It's not my friend, because I already know Cordelia Okpe will be here to take you through very, very soon. But another story in the world of golf right now is that Jordan Spieth has announced that he will be having a surgery on the injured left wrist after being knocked out of the FedEx Cup playoff. The American golfer has been struggling with a wrist problem for a while, which has forced him out to pull out of several events and try different treatments. Are you a Chelsea fan? Can I talk about the Chelsea game? I don't know if time will permit me to do so. Let's see how that goes. Maybe not much time to talk about that game, but yesterday was a very highly contested game. Enzo Maresca played against his boss. Maybe just a few talk would do. In that very game, we did see a lot that happened. Chelsea trying to play from the back. We did see that in the preseason. It wasn't really working well. But one thing about Enzo Maresca, he'll keep trying. He's a very good coach. He's a decent manager, but he played against the best manager in the world right now, and that's a Pep Guardiola for me. So I'm going to say Carlo. No disrespect. It could be Carlo. It could be Pep. Depends on your opinion, though. So, but later on the show by 5 p.m., we'll talk about the problem playing from the back for Chelsea. We'll talk about Lavia's new beginning. We'll talk about Kovacic's display highlight midfield issues. We'll talk about Conor Gallagher's miss. Jackson, is he really a top striker? We'll talk about Enzo Fernandez playing the role like a number 10. It wasn't so amazing for me yesterday, though. Shout out to Pep, so. I'll tell you about the beef about Cucurella and then Erling Braut Haaland. There's a lot talking going right now. A whole lot about talk about Real Madrid. Mallorca 1-1 yesterday. Antonio Conte's team lost their first match without our own very man. So it's a whole lot to talk about in the world of football, but hopefully do well to join me. But let me say this again, for all of these and major talks, I will be having them on TV, and that time is for 11 a.m. Nigerian time. 11 a.m. on TV. It is Voice of the People TV. Please do well to join me so we talk about this. I will be giving an extensive analysis about that game, and then I'll be having a guest to dissect, break it down to the nitty-gritty about the way it goes. Well, thank you so much for staying with me today. Again, will be another time. I'll be back on your radio for 5 p.m. Keep it locked here. Don't go anywhere so we can give you more analysis of the way it needs to be. Nigerian football, is it getting better? Time will tell. Without God, there is no Kizike, and there is nothing wrong in